In a lush, warm jungle, nestled beside a towering, misty waterfall, lived a community of wonderful animals. They all coexisted peacefully, each one unique in their own special way. Today, we're going to meet three of them: Ella the elephant, Max the monkey, and Luna the firefly. Each one was very different, but they all had a very important lesson to learn, a lesson that we can all learn from too. First, let's meet Ella the elephant. Ella was magnificent, big, strong, and powerful. She could lift enormous logs with her trunk, as if they were just twigs, and snap thick branches with a single mighty push. Because she was so incredibly strong, Ella sometimes believed she could handle everything all by herself. "I don't need any help," she would often say, tossing her head proudly. She thought her strength was all she needed, and she preferred to work alone, believing it was the fastest and best way. Next, scurrying high up in the canopy, was Max the monkey. Max was incredibly clever and full of playful energy. His favorite thing in the world was climbing the tallest trees, leaping from branch to branch with amazing agility, and gathering the sweetest, most delicious fruits the jungle had to offer. But Max had one little problem. He wasn't very good at sharing. "These bananas are all mine," he would chatter, clutching his prized collection of fruit tightly to his chest. He just couldn't bring himself to part with his treasures, even when others looked hungry. And finally, there was Luna the firefly. Luna was tiny and often went unnoticed by the bigger, louder animals. She was quiet and gentle, but her light, her light was something truly special. It was bright, warm, and beautiful, glowing like a tiny star in the dark jungle nights. Luna had a big heart and loved to help others in any small way she could, even if nobody seemed to notice her efforts. Small actions, Luna always believed, can make a very big difference. She would quietly light up a flower for a lost bee or guide a little beetle back to its leaf, finding joy in these simple acts of kindness. So we have Ella, strong and independent; Max, clever but possessive; and Luna, small but full of light and kindness. They all lived their lives in their own ways, not yet realizing how much they needed each other. But one fateful evening, everything was about to change. Dark, heavy clouds began to roll in over the jungle, swallowing the setting sun. A powerful storm, unlike any they had seen before, began to brew. The wind howled through the trees, making them sway and groan. Rain started to fall in thick, heavy sheets, and flashes of lightning lit up the sky, followed by deep rumbles of thunder that shook the very ground. The familiar jungle paths quickly turned into dark, muddy streams, and a deep, frightening darkness fell over everything. Many of the smaller animals were terrified. They huddled in their burrows and nests, listening to the storm rage outside. Amidst the chaos, a tiny baby bird, startled by a loud clap of thunder, tumbled from the safety of its nest high up in a great baobab tree. It landed softly on the wet ground, but it was lost, alone, and trembling with fear. Its mother chirped frantically from the branch above, but in the blinding rain and overwhelming darkness, she couldn't see her baby, and the little bird couldn't find its way home. Hearing the distressed cries, our three friends knew they had to do something. Ella the elephant arrived first. "I am strong. I can lift this fallen tree and clear a path," she declared, and with a mighty heave, she pushed aside heavy branches that were blocking the way. But even with her incredible strength, the jungle was still a maze of shadows and darkness. She could clear the way, but she couldn't see where the little bird was. Just then, Max the monkey swung down from a high branch. "I am clever and quick. I can climb the trees and look for the baby bird from above," he announced. He scampered up the slippery bark, leaping from one swaying branch to another, peering down into the darkness. He was fast and agile, but the darkness was too thick. The rain blurred his vision, and he couldn't spot the tiny, frightened creature on the forest floor below. They were both trying their best, using their individual talents, but it wasn't enough. The baby bird was still lost and shivering, and its mother was growing more desperate. It seemed like a hopeless situation. But then, a soft, gentle light appeared. It was Luna the firefly. She flew gracefully into the air, her tiny body emitting a steady warm glow. Her light wasn't as bright as lightning, but it was constant and kind. It cut through the darkness, creating a small, safe circle of light. "Follow the light," she whispered softly, her voice barely audible above the storm. Luna hovered over the ground, methodically moving back and forth, casting her glow into every dark corner. Ella and Max watched, their own strengths useless in this particular moment. They followed Luna's light with their eyes. Suddenly, Luna's glow illuminated a small, trembling bundle of feathers huddled at the base of a large fern. It was the baby bird. Working together now, Ella used her trunk to gently nudge away the leaves, creating a safe passage. Max quickly scampered down the tree and, with a soft touch, guided the baby bird onto a wide, sturdy leaf. Then, with Luna lighting the way like a little lantern, Ella carefully lifted the leaf with her trunk, raising the baby bird all the way back up to its nest. The mother bird chirped with joy and relief, nuzzling her baby close. As the storm began to calm, the three heroes stood together under the dripping leaves. They had done it. They had saved the baby bird, not by working alone, but by combining their unique abilities. A warm feeling spread through the jungle, more powerful than the storm had ever been. Looking at her friends, Ella the elephant smiled a wide, gentle smile. "I've learned something very important tonight," she said, her voice filled with a newfound humility. "My strength is useful, but it's so much better when we use it together to help others." She understood now that true strength wasn't just about being able to do things alone, but about knowing when to be part of a team. Max the monkey, who had been watching the happy bird family, looked down at a banana he still held. For the first time, he didn't want to keep it all to himself. He broke it in half and offered a piece to Ella. "And I've learned that sharing what we have helps everyone," he said. "Seeing that baby bird safe is a much better feeling than having all the bananas in the world to myself." Finally, little Luna glowed a little brighter. She had always felt small and insignificant, but tonight, she saw her own value. "And I learned," she said quietly but proudly, "that even the smallest helpers are important. My little light made a difference." From that night on, a change swept through the jungle. The animals started to look at one another with new eyes, with more respect and understanding. Ella would use her strength to help build sturdy shelters for the smaller creatures. Max started sharing his fruit, creating a jungle feast every afternoon where everyone was welcome. And Luna, well, everyone started to notice Luna. They would look for her gentle glow in the evenings, a small but powerful symbol of hope and kindness. They learned that empathy, understanding, and caring about how others feel was a true superpower. They learned that sharing what you have doesn't leave you with less, but actually makes everyone richer. And they learned that teamwork, combining all their different talents, could solve any problem, no matter how big or scary. Together, they made their jungle home a much kinder, brighter, and happier place for everyone. And that's a wonderful thing for all of us to remember. Every single one of us is special and has a unique gift, whether it's being strong, clever, or just having a little light to share. And when we help each other, when we work together and care for one another, we make the whole world a brighter place. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful adventures. We'll see you next time.